Yeah, there are several condensed Christmas Carol adaptations that are better than this, but there's charm to this one's flaws. Welcome to my channel, KC, that's me, Carrie Chuck, the Sledge Storyteller. So, 1949, television is a rare commodity and an experimental source for entertainment. That's this Christmas Carol adaptation's excuse, uniquely titled The Christmas Carol. But to best pre-summarize my outlook on it, it's love-hate. Among half-hour movie versions for sheer quality, I recommend the one produced by Chuck Jones, animated by Richard Williams, and where Scrooge is voiced by long-beloved Scrooge actor Alastair Sim, or Mickey's Christmas Carol with Uncle Scrooge playing his own namesake when it comes to sheer quality. Now, there's not much drama to this version, and I can't help but wonder if it's a combination of factors that may include there being only 1% of the US population owning TVs, so a very small viewing audience and less motivation to give that best performance possible. Not much prep time for the actors, forcibly rushed dialogue given the half-hour runtime, and limited music to help add emotion, and subpar cinematography. But the most recognizable face in this adaptation is Vincent Price as the narrator, completely the opposite of his horror movie persona, and who wouldn't have wanted to see him play Jacob Marley. But he shows his charm as he performs his narration. But anyway, before seeing this version, I knew nothing of this show's lead actor, New Jersey-born Taylor Holmes. Now, reading up on his acting career, he was in several silent films, did a lot of acting on Broadway, and lent his voice to King Stephen on Disney's Sleeping Beauty. That alone tells me that his talent was greater than what we see of him here, but his performance is not entirely lifeless here.
You want all day tomorrow, I suppose, Crescent?
Quite convenient, sir.
It's not convenient.
But it's only one day in the year, sir.
A poor excuse to pick the pocket of your employer every 25th of December. But be here all the earlier next morning.
I will, sir.
He's got the look, his voice is curmudgeonly enough, and it works even without the British accent. Bob Cratchit here is played by Irish-born Patrick White. His filmography indicates a decent career with small parts in movies and TV. He's as transactional in this performance as anyone else here, but he modes as best he can at the pace he has to take. London-born Queenie Leonard plays Mrs. Cratchit. Her career was also made mainly of small movie and TV parts, and she voiced one of the cows in 101 Dalmatians. Her performance feels just about natural until the family toast to Mr. Scrooge.
It should be Christmas Day, I'm sure, when one drinks the health of such an odious, stingy, hard, unfeeling man as Mr. Scrooge.
My dear, it's Christmas.
Very well. I'll drink his health for your sake, and because it's Christmas.
It's worth mentioning that there are two feature standouts among the Cratchit children. Missy Cratchit, Jill St. John, and she would be a Bond girl, Tiffany Case, to Sean Connery in Diamonds Are Forever. Then there's Tiny Tim Robert Hyatt. 2 years before this, he played Thomas Mara Jr. on Miracle on 34th Street. Small parts in TV and movies, and directed a few movies as well later on in life. Kansas-born Earl Lee played Jacob Marley. I'd say his biggest role was as Elijah in the 1954 Moby Dick. Everything else just minor roles, but this segment seems to suffer the most from bad cinematography. I mean, a closer close-up here, and here would give slightly more menacing imagery, and it too feels rushed, but would only make it feel like a slightly better school play. Mississippi-born Nelson Lee plays the Ghost of Christmas Past. And yeah, his career is mainly small roles, though he seems to have been a go-to for playing court judges and clergymen. He plays the part you'd like to expect a ghost to act. The wind effect helps, but the scene only depicts the scene of a young and lonely Scrooge, and the dialogue gives the best info dump possible on the whole situation. No mention of Fezziwig and Scrooge's failed engagement.
Shall I show you another Christmas, 40 years ago, when a fair young girl released you from your marriage contract?
No.
Because she discovered you had ceased to love her. Your greed, avarice, and desire for wealth had killed the love she had for you.
No, no, spirits, show me no more. Leave me. Haunt me no longer.
George James as the Ghost of Christmas Present. Unlike everyone else who I highlight from this show, his IMDb filmography has a speaking part on an LP recording titled The Water Gypsies, and that's the end of it. And while everyone else is performing with a fluctuating tone,
This is the house of your clerk, Bob Cratchit. I, the Ghost of Christmas Present, have blessed his house. Here comes Bob now with another member of his family.
and it too is condensed to just one scene in the Cratchit's Christmas dinner. In several adaptations, this is my favorite segment. Not here. Illinois-born Jack Nestle plays the Ghost of Christmas Yet to Come. He also has a very short filmography which gives credence to the notion that it's the easiest ghost to play in A Christmas Carol, since it all rests on positioning and gesturing, and Jack Nestle does a decent job at that. Of course, this ghost also has to be the most difficult one to costume and use lighting on. They couldn't keep us from seeing the actor's eyes, and the mouth cover is a so-so effort at concealment. There's a run-of-the-mill rendition of the stuffy businessmen discussing and laughing over Scrooge's death. Then we see the Cratchits mourn over losing Tiny Tim, and then we go straight to the graveyard where Scrooge has his tombstone revealed. Under a low bar, this is probably the most effective scene. Scrooge goes deep into his speech of resolution to change his ways before he realizes that he's back in his room. He then goes through the routine where Scrooge laughs for the first time in years. And while it's not that convincing, I don't know if I've ever seen a well-done attempt at that by any other actor. Scrooge talks to the boy on the street through his window, but no turkey courier deal. We go straight to the end resolution as Scrooge enters into the Cratchit house with the prize turkey and presents, with his nephew Fred along with him. Yeah, Fred is part of this. He does have his bit where he invites Scrooge to the Christmas dinner only to be rejected. Oklahoma-born Robert Clark plays Fred here, whose acting is dominated by guest roles on about every major TV show from the 50s into the 80s. He too gives an unpolished performance, but gets the point across, and he helps the Cratchits believe in Scrooge's sincerity and his resolution. And Scrooge does promise Tiny Tim that he will help him get the medical care he needs. This is played out on the same level as every other scene here. It's rushed, the actors pretty much phone it in, and the camera angles are pedestrian. Yet Vincent Price gives us a heartfelt narration, and there's enough charm in its silliness that it manages to get through its 25-minute runtime before wearing out its welcome. If there's no such thing as a so bad it's good for your enjoyment, you should pass on this. But if you enjoy that kind of thing and need to scratch that Scrooge itch and only have a half hour to spare, this ain't a bad choice. But that's my take on the 1949's The Christmas Carol. Agree, disagree, or something too hot to leave out that I left out? Please let me know in the comment section. The link to order the Sledge comic miniseries is in the link below in the description, both digital and paper format. Let's all strive for civility amid all the bad news out there, social and political strife. Let's not hate, and wherever we may go, anybody we meet, let's see them as a potential friend. Everyone be safe.
God bless us, everyone.